Hey, what is going on everyone? My name is Tamer and welcome back to another episode of iTalk Tech. Now in today's video, I'll be giving you 10 tips and tricks and possibly hidden features that you may have not known about on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Some of these tips and tricks are iPhone 7 exclusive and 7 Plus exclusive only because they have specific hardware that other iPhones don't have. But most should be compatible even if you are just getting an iPhone 6s but are upgrading to iOS 10. Now I understand, some of you may know most of these things already, but there are others out there who don't know, and there's others out there who are just getting their first iPhone. With that all the way, if at any point in the video that you find a tip or a trick or a hidden feature that you found really helpful or really useful, go ahead and just drop a like on this video, as well as subscribe to this channel as it really helps. 1. Now a lot of major improvements have been done to Siri. Siri has become more advanced at both learning what you're saying and what is on your phone. Now where this really shows is how Siri interacts with your camera. You can use different voice commands like, "Hey Siri, show me photos from today," or "Show me photos from Hawaii," and it will open up those specific photos that you wanted. This helps you filter out from your thousands of photos and makes finding that one picture so much easier. 2. So with the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, there's now a new home button. No longer is it an actual button but a haptic feedback, where it vibrates to make you think that it has clicked. It's a really weird feeling that you're going to have to get used to, but Apple has slightly helped that by giving you the ability to set how hard of a click or a tap you'd like to feel. Now by going into settings, then tapping on general, and then tapping on home button, you'll be given 3 different options of types of clicks. 1 is the softest tap, whereas 3 is the hardest. Now I prefer number 3 as it most resembles an actual click, but you do what makes you feel comfortable. 3. Now in iOS 10, by default, in order to unlock the phone through Touch ID, you actually have to click the home button. You can't just rest your finger on the scanner and have it unlock that way. Now in order to get back to that regular mode where you can just rest your finger, you will have to access settings. Now from settings, you just go to general, then accessibility, and scroll until you see home button. Tap on home button and you will see an option where you can toggle rest finger to open. 4. Now if you're anyone like me, you have 16,000 plus unread emails, so filtering between read and unread emails gets a little hectic. Okay, I understand some of you guys don't have 16,000, some may have 1,000, some may have 50, I know I'm crazy, I guess every person with spam wants to email me, so that's why I have 16,000, but there's an easy way to filter through the read and unread emails. Now if you use the stock mail app, there's a little button on the bottom left corner that will only show you unread emails, making your life 100 times simpler. 5. So if you have trouble reading things or seeing things in general, you can now use your iPhone like a magnifying glass. Just head over to settings, press on general, then accessibility, and then activate magnifier. Now whenever you triple click the home button, it's going to open up the rear camera and give you a zoom option, and you'll be able to choose a range in which you want to zoom in on different words or objects, or even zoom in on a piece of paper. 6. Now we all know what 3D Touch does, but one feature some people just seem to forget that they can do with 3D Touch is switch between apps just by swiping with a force touch. So inside an app, do a hard press on the side of the screen and then slide to the right to be taken to the app that was loaded right before it. For example, if you're reading some of the news and then you went over to a game, from that game app you can just go ahead and force touch on the side and then swipe to the right to go back and read the news. Now if you don't swipe and just let it hold there, it will show the entire app switcher. That way you can choose any app that you want to open that you've had previously open. 7. So when you finally set up all your emails, your text, your Snapchat, your Instagram, and every other app that wants to constantly send you 1,000 notifications per second, it's going to be hectic. You're going to have tons of notifications, and it's not really that easy to clear all of them at the same time. Well, now there is an easy way to clear all of the notifications at once, and that's by 3 touching the little X that's found in the notification panel and clicking clear all notifications. Now you don't have to swipe for 3 years possibly to finally get rid of all your notifications. 8. Alright, so this is going to be the last 3D Touch tip I have for you guys, and it has to do with a flashlight. So we all know what the flashlight does. It allows us to use the flashlight at night to look for stuff that we can't really see in the darkness. But before, the flashlight only had one setting. It would go at bright. You couldn't really change the brightness of the flashlight for different situations. Well, now you can. When you swipe up from the bottom of the phone to access control panel, there is the button to turn on the flashlight. Now that does what it does. It opens up the flashlight at the brightest setting. But if you 3D touch that button, you can now select how intense of a light you want. You can now choose from light to medium to bright. 9. So if you're in a group chat or just have a ton of conversations, you likely get a ton of useless pictures. I mean, I get tons of GIFs, memes, you name it, I get all types of pictures. And the problem with this is that every time you get one of those, your phone downloads them to your space and it takes up a ton of space. So now there's an option where you can download pictures from text in lower quality. Just go to settings, head down to messages, and then scroll down until you see the option of low quality image mode. Select that, and now every picture you will receive will be converted to a low quality to save space on your phone. 10. Last but not least, if you find yourself in Apple Maps looking at a destination like the airport or some type of restaurant, you can now request an Uber or a Lyft directly from the Maps app. Just find the place you're looking for, press navigate, and then it will show you a couple of options on the bottom. It's going to show you how to get there if you were to drive, if you were to walk, or to use public transportation. But there's now a new ride option that will show you Uber and Lyft prices and allow you to book and get driver information right from the Maps app. So that wraps up the 10 tips and tricks and hidden features for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, smash that like button below as well as hit that subscribe button. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.